Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's just jump right in because today we're exploring something absolutely fascinating. We're going on a journey into a totally unique, frankly, rule-breaking approach to wellness and inner peace. If you're used to, highly structured routines, strict workout regimens, or tightly guided visualizations, well, prepare to have your perspective entirely flipped. We're looking at a practice known as Lathihan Meditation, or the art of spontaneous surrender. It's a really powerful method of self-discovery that asks you to do the exact opposite of what you've likely been taught your entire life. Grab a comfortable seat, get focused, and let's get started.
Are you tired of always being in control? I want you to really think about that for a second. Just think about your day-to-day life. The modern world demands constant, non-stop management from us, right? You're constantly planning your schedule, analyzing your interactions, holding your posture a certain way, basically just holding everything together. It is an absolute mental and physical exhaustion to be the pilot of your life every single second of the day. So many of us spend our entire lives micromanaging our actions, our emotions, and our expressions. But what if you could just hit pause on all of that control? What if there was a way to literally put the mind in the passenger seat?
And that brings us to the counterintuitive solution to all of this burnout, Lathihan. By definition, Lathihan refers to a form of spontaneous inner practice where the body is trusted to express what it needs through natural movement without conscious control or direction. Unlike traditional workouts or even, say, standard yoga, we are performing predetermined stretches or specific physical exercises. Lathihan asks you to do something radically different. You literally do nothing to direct your body. You simply relax deeply and become a witness. You permit spontaneous movements to arise entirely from within. You don't decide what happens. You just remain aware and let the body's natural intelligence take over.
This practice addresses a profound contrast we all face pretty much every day: the battle between the mind and the body. On one side, we have the mind. The mind is constantly busy, planning, analyzing, controlling, and honestly, often resisting what's naturally happening. It creates this rigid tension. On the other side, we have the body. The source material highlights that the body actually holds a natural wisdom. It wants to be spontaneous, free, and flowing. Lathihan meditation essentially offers a safe, dedicated space where that intense, rigid control of the mind is gently relaxed and the free-flowing, natural expression of the body is finally welcomed. So the absolutely crucial point here is perfectly captured in this quote from our sources. The body is trusted to express what it needs through natural movement: shaking, swaying, stretching, dancing, or other spontaneous actions. It's all about profound trust in physical surrender. You see, when we constantly suppress our natural impulses, life energy gets trapped. Emotions like sadness, anger, fear, or even profound joy and excitement, they just remain stuck because they were never fully expressed. By giving your body total permission to just move however it wants, you're allowing those suppressed emotions to finally surface and dissolve completely on their own. So what are the tangible, real-world benefits of this surrender? The text outlines 6 major advantages to this practice. First, it promotes deep surrender. By letting go of forced experiences, you're building emotional flexibility and real trust in yourself. Second, it releases physical tension. You know how stress loves to hide in our muscles and connective tissues? Well, spontaneous twisting or rotating of joints helps release that. Third is emotional cleansing, literally allowing those trapped feelings to just move through your awareness. Fourth, it drastically reduces mental overactivity. When you're just witnessing your body, that endless inner chatter really quiets down. Fifth, it encourages authentic expression, leading to greater emotional honesty and confidence. And finally, number 6, it increases energy flow. Releasing those physical blockages and breathing deeper leaves practitioners feeling remarkably lighter and just refreshed. All right, moving on to the 8-step practice, safely surrendering control. Let's look at how to actually do this. Let's walk through the first half of this chronological guide. For step 1, stand comfortably. Prepare by finding a quiet, uncluttered room where you absolutely will not be disturbed. Wear loose, comfortable clothing and set aside just 15 to 20 minutes. Once you're ready, simply stand upright, feet shoulder-width apart, knees relaxed, eyes closed. Take a few slow breaths. Step 2 is to become aware. Bring your attention inward to your breathing, your bodily sensations, and your energy. Don't try to change anything, just observe. Now, step 3, and pay close attention here because the source stresses this is the most important step. Let go of control. Silently allow the possibility that your body might move on its own. Do not force it, do not invent it, just remain available. Which leads right into step 4, allow spontaneous movement. As you relax, subtle impulses might appear. Maybe a slight sway, a twitch of the hand, gentle head movement. Trust the body's intelligence and just let it happen naturally. As we continue to the second half of the practice, we reach step 5, remain a witness. As movements become stronger or more varied, stay aware. Don't analyze or judge it. Remember, you're observing the experience, not directing it. Step 6 is to allow emotional expression. If tears, laughter, or deep sighs rise, let them be present. Accept everything without resistance. Then, as your 15 to 20 minutes come to an end, we hit step 7, gradually slow down. Actually, it's really important to avoid stopping abruptly here. Let the movements taper off naturally and stand quietly, just noticing the sensations. Finally, step 8, sit in silence for 5 to 10 minutes. Let the effects settle, observing your breathing and your wonderfully shifted energy levels.
Of course, any practice requires some guardrails, right? Under what to do, you must stay conscious and present. The goal isn't to trance out or lose awareness. You want to remain alert. You also need to respect your body and physical safety. Never allow movements that could cause injury. And accept all experiences. Over on what to avoid, the biggest warning is do not force movement like an exercise. If you fake it, it just becomes a weird workout rather than a meditation. Also, drop your expectations. Some days you might have strong, wild movements, and other days you might have absolutely no movement at all. The source is very clear on this. Having no movement is perfectly fine and completely valid. Also, definitely avoid losing awareness.
Now, if you're feeling a bit skeptical about what might actually happen, well, the source text notes some very common experiences: gentle swaying, shaking, emotional release, deep peace. You might feel swaying or shaking in your limbs. You might experience circular movements, sudden deep breathing, warmth spreading through the body, or tingling sensations. You might even experience a sudden burst of emotional release, like unexpected tears or joyful laughter, followed by a feeling of deep peace. The texts reassure us that all of these are completely normal parts of the body doing its job to clear out physical and emotional blockages. It's kind of like untying a giant knot you didn't even know was there.
Once your session is completely over, the integration phase begins. Taking care of yourself after the meditation is just as important as the practice itself. Take a few minutes to drink a glass of water and rest quietly. It's highly recommended to journal your observations too. Write down any surprising emotions or physical releases you noticed. Pay attention to how your emotional state and your overall energy levels shift throughout the rest of the day. The texts note that many practitioners step away from this practice feeling deeply refreshed, wonderfully clear-minded, and carrying a much lighter emotional load. Which brings us to our final thought. Are you ready to stop controlling and just let go today? Lathihan Meditation is a profound opportunity to restore your natural balance by doing absolutely nothing. Nothing but trusting your own physical wisdom. You now have the steps, you know the guidelines, and you understand the incredible benefits of spontaneous surrender. The only thing left to do is to find a quiet space, close your eyes, and step out of your own way. Thank you for joining me for this explainer. I really hope you find the courage to simply relax, allow, trust, and observe. Catch you next time.